Hi guys, on today's video I'm gonna show you how I installed the safety horn on a Rosso Cobra scooter. On my previous video I showed you how I added stoplight and running light, so you can check that video. But in this one, about the safety horn. So now I do have a safety horn which was not installed from the factory, and I had to put a new style button for that. So you can push the button and be more safe on the road. So this is for the headlight. Okay, so let me show you what has to be done about that. First of all, I wanted to mention that you will need some tools and some skills, which is the tools I'm talking about mainly would be the soldering iron that you would have to purchase in order to do this procedure, because all of the wires has to be unsoldered and soldered inside of the new buttons. And you don't have to run any wires through the steering shaft and connect to the controller, nothing like that. Everything is going to be done from here. Now, the horn, which is a 36 volts, as you can see from this sticker right here, it's really easy to attach to the steering this bracket right here, because it already has a bolt that holding this main headlight. So I just bent that bracket, which is original, came as a straight. I bend it in 90 degrees, and that's it. It's pretty secure and nice. So you will have to buy one of those horns from Rosso ATVs that they sell on the website, but look for the 36 volt system. All of the new ATVs comes with a safety horn those days. Same with those two buttons, which is the light and the horn button. This housing, this all complete switch comes from any of those ATVs, 36 volts or even 48 volts, it does not really matter, as long as it's going to be this style. Alright, so original button, I'll try to make it not very confusing for you, I'll try my best, but original on-off button for the headlight was like this, and there was a two wires that was going into this switch. The two wires will have to be unsoldered from this switch, and the switch has to be removed. So now you will have two bare wires, which one of them is going to be red, another one is going to be blue. Now you will have to attach them to this red button. So red button will have two soldering connections on the back with some wires. So you have to unsolder those original wires that will come with this switch. Forget about them for now. So run that original wire from the scooter to this red button and solder the top connection with a red wire and the bottom connection with a blue wire. Okay, now the bottom green horn push button will have also wire attached. So you will have to unsolder it and forget about those two wires for now, so that you will have two bare connections. Now you will need to put a jumper between this red and the green button, and that jumper is going to be attached from the bottom connection of the red button, which is blue. From this blue wire, from this blue connection, you need to jump it to the top connection of the green button. So short connection, short jumper wire. And I wrote you a little piece of paper. Okay, right here. So this is the light button, which is red, which is this. And this one is a horn, green button, which is this. Now, you're going to have to the top button, you're going to have two original wires going to the top connection, which is a red wire. It's an original wire that came from the original on-off button. So top wire, which is red, and the bottom wire, which is blue. And this is the short jumper that you need to jump between two buttons. So the bottom horn green push button will have a topper connection. So this topper connection will have to be jump to the bottom blue connection of the light button. Right, and then the bottom connection will be open and you will solder any color wire you like, and it will be going directly to the horn. So basically from this switch you will have an input of two wires, original two wires that came from the scooter to turn on your headlight, but the output of this complete assembly, you will have only one output wire that will be going directly to the horn. Okay, so you will attach the bottom, you will solder bottom connection wire, and you will run it to the horn directly. It doesn't matter where you're going to solder it or connect it, to the top or to the bottom of the horn. Does not matter. So it's pretty easy, I would say. Now you will have another connection on a horn which is going to be positive, and you need to connect to the positive wire. So I ran that wire through all of this bundle of wires, and I opened that loom and look for this thickest wire that going into the throttle handle. As you can see, mine is already open with electrical tape because I connected that horn wire here directly. So cut that insulation. You will find 5 wires going into the throttle handle. So make sure it's a throttle handle. This is the thickest wire between all three. This is your brake cable. This is your brake handle power cutoff switch, and this would be the thickest wire for the throttle. So be really careful. Cut it with a like with a really sharp knife. Well, like this. I'm not going to tell you which one to use. Just an example. So cut it like this. Really make it nice, clean cut of that insulation. And look for you're going to find 5 wires, different colors. So look for the green wire. Then you have to open that green wire. You will have to make a same clean cut, and that you can get to the actual metal wire inside. And solder wire, you need a long wire, which was originally from this newer switch that you didn't use it. Now you can use it by attaching it directly to that green wire. You solder it, insulate everything, isolate everything with the electrical tape, and then from this green wire you will attach it to any of the open connections, the top or the bottom for the horn, and you will have a positive because the green wire is your positive. As soon as you turn on the key, ignition key, you will have a steady positive voltage on that green wire, and that's what you need for this horn to make it work. So the negative you're going to get from that blue wire from the switch. So every time you turn on the key, you're going to have a positive here, and negative is going to be going to the headlight. So you're going to make a jumper, and you're going to steal some negative energy, let's say, to this bottom push button. And so this is negative, and from here you're going to have a steady positive that you need to make this horn work. Well, I hope it was not really confusing, and if you have some basic skills, it's not that hard to understand and to solder those 4 wires. Thank you. Bye.